was watching television last night, Will, as some people do. And you know what? During wartime, these kind of things, I find myself actually going to traditional news, seeing what's happening. And I could not believe the words that were coming out of this was Jennifer Welch on CNN. And this shows you not only the fundamental disrespect for people of faith, also the fundamental misunderstanding of Scripture and how Christians actually believe that we are not this way. That this is not the way, but of course, this is how they're going to portray you, as some wackadoo who is doing this support of Israel for your own good. Let's listen. Bite one, Jennifer Welch, CNN last night.
I mean, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, he's a rapture prepper. This guy's waiting for the rapture, just like Ted Cruz is. So you have this whole sect of MAGA that they support Israel because they want the Jews to be in Israel so that Jesus can come back for the rapture. And that's a very real thing that's in Congress. And that's not foreign policy. That's magical thinking.
So again, I'm going to reiterate that for you. What is Mike Johnson? Other than the Speaker of the House, what is Ted Cruz? Other than a respected senator, someone who's been around for a long time. These aren't trusted sources. These are rapture preppers. These are people, and I've never even heard the term rapture prepper in my life until last night. And I've been involved in evangelical Christianity my entire life, and I haven't heard a lot of people throwing out the term rapture prepper. So of course they do this as an insult. They say this as an insult that you only would support Israel because you believe the Jewish people have to return to Israel so then Jesus can come back and you can have the second coming. As if the Christian faith, some ways we can control the hand of God, that we can move the hand of God to bring the end times on earlier. Now, there's a lot of Christians also, by the way, and I don't know about Mike Johnson's plans. I don't know about Ted Cruz's theology. They're not even sure if the rapture is part of their biblical text. I don't know for sure. You know, I don't sit around time worrying about it. What I worry about is my children. What I worry about is my Jewish children that can't walk the streets of America right now displaying their heritage. That people have told me, people you'd be shocked to hear, have told me to put away my necklace, to put away my Star of David and cross, because it could incite certain people who watch this show. But they have the audacity to go on and call us Christians rapture preppers. And you know what, Will? I've said this before, and it's just true. They throw these horrible terms at you, and you know what? Embrace them. Embrace it. If you want to be a rapture prepper, bring it on. You want to call me a rapture prepper? That's fine. I am waiting for the second coming of Jesus. That's correct. So much so, well, I don't know, maybe some of y'all want to go over to raptureprepper.com and see what happens. Maybe I was having a little fun last night, because I do think when they throw these insults out at you, you have to be able to, number one, take it, but also understand how fundamentally backwards they are, because as a Christian, they have no idea what they're talking about. Rick, the magical thinking of us rapture preppers, I mean, I could see your reaction on the side camera, because when you hear this, you go, how fundamentally wrong do they not even understand at all who they're talking about, and really just decide, let's just insult these people to their face, the Speaker of the House.
Look, as an evangelical Christian, as somebody who believes in revelations, I think that Jennifer is totally offensive in her comments. I think we should invite Jennifer on here to have a nice debate about it. We can talk about what our beliefs are for the end times, but that has nothing to do with the protection of Israel. The protection of Israel, by the way, is in the Old Testament. To talk about Jerusalem and protecting the homeland. And it is just so offensive and so ignorant for her to pretend like we're pushing revelations along, like we have anything to do with it. Like we can control that somehow to convince people. Let me tell you one thing. Let's just be clear. If we could push the end times, my mother would have already done it. Okay? That's just a fact.
That's the greatest comment you've ever made. But I think that's true. People don't know, like that. We're not sitting here being like, oh, how can we get this to work? How can we trick God? That's really how Christianity works. Well,
but even Rick, just the fact that they have someone on that is willing to say these things, as if also supporting the Middle East's only democracy, the only place where people that are Jewish, Muslim, Christian, atheist can practice how they want to their faith or lack of faith, the fact that they are a strategic ally with the United States, all the technology that's come out of Israel, the fact that they are willing to boil it down to that someone who is the Speaker of the House of the United States, not a fringe member of Congress, the Speaker of the House and a senator that has served for a long time, and that this is pervasive through Republicans in Congress, that they have no idea about foreign policy and don't even care about foreign policy. They only care about magical thinking. I am shocked that they didn't have a correction issued already. Yeah. Just that it's so absurd that would be on CNN.
It's such a great point, Will, because someone, an editor or a producer or an assistant producer, someone has been trained in the Bible there. Someone should be able to speak up and say, wait a minute, what Jennifer Welch just said is literally crazy talk, and we should probably have somebody correct that. I'm not for silencing Jennifer. I don't know who she is. She can say as crazy talk as she wants, but I think CNN has a responsibility to speak up and say, no, actually, that's not true. Evangelicals are not trying to trick God into bringing about revelations a little bit faster. They're trying to protect Israel, which is a biblical absolute for all Christians.
Yeah, and they had someone speak up and say sort of a mild version of, hey, I'm a Christian. I believe in Israel. I support Israel. Yes, it's biblical. And they did kind of like caveat it, but it was such an extreme. Again, I've never heard even the term rapture prepper until last night. I don't think that's something people say. So I did go buy the domain. You can go to raptureprepper.com because I'm proud to take that on. It's fine with me. But Will.
Well, I mean, you even think about that. First, they called Republicans deplorables. Yeah. That worked really well for them. Then we were clowns, as Kathy Hochul said. Now, I mean, the DNC, I know they're strapped for cash, and Logan already bought the domain, so they can't go there. But is this the Democrat Party? Are they going to get behind this and try to rally and be like, oh, wait, now we can figure out how we can mainline our anti-Semitism and our pushback and just insult Christians openly and just say, if you are a Republican, you are a rapture prepper fundamentalist, and we can't have anything to do with that.
Can I just state the obvious here? I'd like to get in on the T-shirts that we're going to sell that say Rapture Prepper.
I can cut you in on that. You know what? They may already be up, because I was furious last night. Someone asked last night, they go, I saw the comments going, Amanda must have been having a heck of a night. And I was like, you know what? She wasn't home last night for a few hours. And that's when I was in there fuming going, when she gets home, she's going to see this comments.
Settle you down and say, maybe don't add another domain.
There's also construction in my house, so it's just like sawing and sawing and sawing all night long. So, there's that, plus CNN yelling about this. I couldn't take it anymore. Now, we only have a few.
One more point, Logan. Can I just say
yes, please?
As a young evangelical, if you're worried about someone not being home and they're talking about the rapture, don't you immediately think, wait a minute, did it happen? Where am I?
How did that? Yeah, exactly. She did it right. I was wrong. No. We are so excited to announce the ACLJ's brand new app, completely redesigned to provide you with the best tools available to partner with us at the ACLJ. You can watch the daily Secular program, sign the petitions, customize your ACLJ membership experience, donate with the click of a button, and receive up-to-the-minute critical updates that the mainstream media can't censor. Just scan the QR code on your screen or go to your phone's app store, search ACLJ, and click install. It's that simple.